Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Taurus, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything is going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. Always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Death card, right? Don't let this frighten you. A while back, I'm actually going to put a link to this video in the bubble floaty thing up there. The reason being is, you know, and I've had a lot of debates with a lot of people on YouTube about this, and, you know, you shouldn't talk about this and First of all, we all know the Death card doesn't always mean death. It comes up with very specific signatures, and when you see them, you will know what you're looking at. My students will be learning this very soon. They're all doing so amazingly, and I just want to take a little moment to brag because they are fucking awesome and they are teaching me so much. I feel just so privileged and so gifted to have them. So if you are one of them, you know I love you. And for those of you that want to take my course, there will be another one in the new year, so stay tuned. Now, that being said, we need to stop this whole business of demonizing death, right? I'm sorry to say, it's not nice to talk about. It's not nice to know that everybody at some point is going to go to learn the final secret, but that is the truth of the matter. We are born, we will die. Death is a natural bookend to the life that we live, to the life that everything that is known as organic matter will experience. That's just the way of the world. It's just the way of natural law. And gosh, I mean, anyway, high horse moment, but all right. You have the Death card as your key to the week. Endings, completions, culminations, but ultimately deep transformations. In a lot of ways, this week is going to show you what you are ready to transform. And my advice on that front is to be open to it. Let it come, right? Because when you free up something, when something ends in our lives, whether it's a goal, whether we complete a course, whether we, lose something, let something go, end something, walk away from something, that energy doesn't just disappear. It gets poured into everything else that you're already doing. Your foundation for the week ahead is the Three of Cups. When one door closes, another one will open. And the Three of Wands is not only about luck and abundance and windfalls as well, I might add. So whatever you're having to let go of this week, there are rewards in it for you, right? This is kind of one of those moments where it's like, you know what? You can swim the British Channel from here to France, but you can't take that bag of rocks with you. Which is it going to be, right? You can stay where you are with what you have, or you can put that down and go to wherever it is that you need to go. That being said, right, the Three of Wands as a foundation card also suggests this week you are going to spot an opportunity. And I kind of get the feeling that in order to grasp that opportunity, you're going to have to let something else go. So you are going to have this massive decision on your hands this week. What you choose is obviously going to be up to you. For your actions and options this week, you have the Ace of Cups. New opportunities for sure. I'm so excited. This is great. For some of you, this could be about a new relationship. For some of you, it could be about mending the relationship that you have. For a select few of you, whatever you are putting down this week allows you to open up for the birth of something new. For some of you, this could literally be conception, right? So getting pregnant, deciding on your business idea, launching your business idea, getting very clear on something that your heart and your heart of hearts really desires. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups coupled with the Scorpio card. The Page of Cups coupled with the Death card This is the time of Scorpio, so pay attention this week, because whatever happens this week will be culminating around late October going into early to mid-November. So whatever it is that's starting now, Ace of Cups, beginning, new start, fresh start, is culminating in the sign of, or in the sign of the time of Scorpio. That's something that you really need to be aware of, right? Now, when it comes to your communications, the Page of Cups is going to see you really talking about a lot of your ideas, sharing some great information, learning some great information, which is phenomenal. The other thing with this card as well, in a lot of ways, this is also about your heart. The difference between the two is this could be a message of some sort that comes in. For some of you, this could be a relationship that comes to an end. For some of you, it could be a business partnership that comes to an end. Outside of that, I actually feel like in a lot of ways, this is you guys saying, I know what I need to let go of now, and I'm going to communicate that in the best way that I possibly can. If anything, I actually feel like this clears the path for you. Now, for those of you that are, come on brain, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, I mean, in a lot of ways, this could be a new project that comes on. Now, what you need to know is something that you're already working on is very likely to come to an end this week. Now, as a fixed sign, you are always about, you know, doing what needs to be done, getting that done in that slow, steady fashion. To suddenly have to change directions really quick can sometimes be quite hard for Taurus people. And this week, it looks like some project that maybe you're quite attached to at work is either going away or is not happening, or it's not gonna come to fruition. And then suddenly you're going to be asked to move on to something new or something different. If that happens, try not to be so rigid. Try to go with it. Remember, you've got Uranus moving through your sign over the next you've still got about 3.5, 4 years left of that transit. And what he's really asking you to do is change the way that you do things, change the processes that you use, change the things that you've relied on as tried and true, right? The Uranus is always about what is different, what is about, you know, rebellious, yes, but what is also revolutionary. And it says to you, whatever you have relied on up until now is going away. Find new mechanisms, find new coping strategies, find new everything, right? So use that. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, similar kind of message, only this time only specifically for you guys, you're really being asked now to ask yourself in your heart of hearts, what do you know isn't working and what do you know you should be doing? The clarity that comes from that this week is going to give you a whole new sense of direction. When it comes to those of you that are retired or no longer working, what is it that you want to create, right? There's a creative energy that is bursting to get out of you, and unless you fulfill it, it's just the knock is just going to get louder and louder and louder. For your love and relations, you've got the 9 of Pentacles. Now, for those of you that are single, you could meet someone this week, especially with that Ace of Cups there, right? You could meet someone this week through people that you know. And for some of you, and this is going to sound really odd, it might be somebody that you know through an ex. It might be somebody that you know in a way that you're like, oh, I don't know if, can I really date that person? Because, you know, we know each other like this. That's one way that this could show up. It also suggests as well, this person has a very different perspective to you. And what I like about it is it's a similar perspective, but the way that they approach things is very different. And there's a refinement or a beauty about them. Anyone that comes up as the 9 of Pentacles always comes up as, you know, they're easy on the eyes in a lot of ways. When it comes to those of you that are married, partnered, or in relationships, the hard work pays off, right? Now, this week, that being said, because you've got the Death card there infusing the whole reading, you are going to have to release or let go of something, right? So whether this is something that you agree to disagree on, maybe you put something in place and say, okay, you know what, from now on we don't have this conversation, or from now on we don't go and see these people together, or we don't drink in front of those people. Do you know what I mean? There's something that you're agreeing on this week that really just makes everything better. And more importantly, it gives you this deep understanding that the work that you've done on the relationship finally shows results. For your money and materials, you've got the Six of Cups. This is an old idea that's coming back onto the table, especially with that the Page of Cups there. I mean, there's a lot of water here, and water is actually good for Taurus people, right? Why? Because when you add water to the earth, it gets nourished, it gets growthful, right? So this could be a week of that. This is an old idea that's coming back onto the table, something that you are opening back up, heading back towards, or maybe even redoing, rehashing as well. That could be a part of it. Or maybe you're repurposing an old idea for now. Suddenly something that you've done before that was shelved becomes relevant, that could actually be quite lucrative. And this week, through your people, through the people that you know, possibly through siblings, maybe through people in your network, that's where you find new avenues for money. Or it could just as easily be as well that you find a collaborator of some kind. All right, now when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this card, especially because you've got the Death card here, which is Scorpio ruled, this is your reproductive system, right? So for those of you that are hoping to have children, etc., this week, if you can get one, go and maybe get a checkup, get a little health screen going on, all the rest of it. Another way that this could show up as well with the Six of Cups, this is just you doing whatever you can to prep for having a child. This would be a really good week to do so. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, the Six of Cups is a lush card because it really is about joy. It really is about pleasure. It really is about love and comfort and all of those good things. Bring more of that into your personal world this week. You'll be glad that you did. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.